Recently, I wanted to switch my 125 over from gravel to sand. And there's many different ways to do this switch. Now, the way that I wanted to do it was scoop out the gravel that was already inside that tank with a net that I used to scoop out any other fish. Now, what I did was every time I took 1/4 out, over a 4-week period, you go ahead and do a water change. A big water change because a big cloud of poop is gonna come up and it's really toxic for your fish. Now, someone from my local pet store told me that if I go ahead and just put the bag of sand at the bottom of the aquarium and didn't need to wash it or anything, you would be fine. Now, unfortunately, I did take this person's advice, and this fish tank was very, very cloudy. Day 1 was bad. Did a water change, it was still bad. Did a water change, and it was still bad. And this was about, I would say, about a month ago, and I've probably done at least 10 to 15 water changes on this tank since then. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm taking all of the fish out of my 75, including my Stingray Steve, and putting him into my 125. And I'll be taking fish from my 125 and putting them into my 75. Being a Stingray, they need to be in sand substrate. So in order to do that, I need to switch that 125 over to sand. Now, as you can see here, I have my tubing all sitting on the floor, and it's because I've been doing water changes like crazy recently. Just as of late, I've been doing about 2 water changes a day for the past 2 or 3 days, and the tank is definitely getting less and less cloudy, as you can see here. But we definitely want to try and clear that up as soon as possible. Also, shout out to my fiance for getting me these nice DJI gimbal. So now whether I'm walking around like this or running like this, the camera stays pretty stable, as well as getting me this really cool Long Island Fish Guide t-shirt, first of many to come. So guys, if you are changing your aquarium substrate, I would definitely recommend not adding the sand to the aquarium or the gravel to the aquarium directly, no matter what anybody says. If you are gonna go ahead and do it, I would highly recommend putting it into a bucket first, rinsing it off outside with a hose, making sure all that milky water comes out. Then you go ahead and put it right into the aquarium. I did this a little bit like an experiment, and I definitely do regret it a little bit. But let me know if you've done any of your own mistakes regarding adding substrate to your aquarium or switching it over. I know it can be a little difficult. I kind of wanted to hold off on actually doing this because some people scared me. Sometimes when you switch out the gravel inside of an aquarium, a lot of bad things can happen with the nitrates that are in there, and all the poop that's in there can be highly toxic, which is why I actually recommend that you do water changes while you're removing it and only do 1/4 at a time, so it's not super drastic and you don't really throw off your biological filtration and the beneficial bacteria that lives inside the gravel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything on this channel. I will definitely be doing something really crazy, as I mentioned before, inside my 125, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Fish on.